the topic is woman empowerment. I think I will tell one story, like a woman empowerment story. The story name called the story of gratitude. The person name called Muniba Masari. Uh, she's from Pakistan, and she was born on March 3, 1987, and it was a very conservative family, and good daughters never say no to the parents. Uh, because of her parents, she accepted the marriage, and nevertheless, it was never a happy marriage. Because of the father, he accepted marriage. So after the marriage, the 2 years ago, she made an accident, and she made an accident. Somehow, her husband fell asleep in the car, and the car fell into the ditch. So her husband escaped from the car, but she fell in that car, and there was a major accident in her body. So in that car, I think the car was felt in the ditch, and it was a very village area, so there was no ambulance, no hospital facility, not any facility. So she taught in that place. I think that's how the life was over. But some the good people, they dragged her in that car, and and uh, uh, and it took 3 hours to went to the hospital. So the in that lorry, she dragged himself in the car, and he went into the hospital, and she was in a hospital for almost 2.5 months. In that 2.5 months, I think his wrist was fractured, and a rib bone were fractured, and spinal cord were fractured, and lungs and liver were fractured. Half of the body were fractured, and remaining body was paralyzed. So, and at the end of the second month, I think doctor came to her and said, uh, uh, and doctor came to her and said, like, I thought, I think you want to be the painter, but you become the housewife. But because of this accident, you won't be the you won't able to the paint again. The doctor said this thing. She was very devastating that day. And next day, doctor came and said to her, like, because of the spinal cord were injured, you won't able to walk again. And the next day, again, a doctor came to her and said, because of that, lungs and liver was fractured, and lungs and liver were fractured. You won't able to give the birth to child, any birth to child again. So that day, she thought the day was quite devastating, because she thought, why? What is the point of we want to live? Because she won't able to walk again in his entire life, because she never thought to be in the wheelchair. But because of that accident, she was in a wheelchair, and this thing, almost 2.5 years in the same room with nurse, and not even seeing the outside world, just sitting in the with the same. She was like a bedridden, so she cannot walk also. So almost 2.5 years, and that day, I think after the 2.5 years, and she with the God grace, I think she can sit in the wheelchair. So that day, she realized somehow how lucky she was, because she was in the bedridden for almost 2.5 years. After that, the wheelchair, she was sitting in the wheelchair, but that day she thought she won't able to walk again. In that wheelchair only, she should spend the entire life. So, and she thinking that what is the point of living the life? So because she never thought to be in a wheelchair, but because of that accident, she was in wheelchair, and after because of her mother and brother, she was been little bit happy, because her husband was went no one was taking care of her. But that day she was realized, okay, uh, if we are living the life for someone, we cannot live the life for us. So she wrote down the point. What are the points she was fear in her life? The first fear was divorce. So she given the divorce to her husband, and her husband got married, and he was happy, and she sent the message like, I'm very happy for you, and all the best for your rest of the career. And the next one is like facing the fear of people, and facing the fear of, because I think it's supposed the people who are disabled, we always have that concern, like whenever they're looking the disabled people. So she thought, I think year after I want to face the many people, and during that time only my fear will be gone. The next one is she won't be mother again, so she adopted the son in the orphanage. So she wrote what are the figures. So she find the solution, and she resolved that one. So at the end of the story, what she said means in that book, like uh, uh, live the life with a full of gratitude, because she never thought to be in a wheelchair, but at the end of the day, she was in wheelchair in entire life. So how blessed we are, because we have everything, but still blaming the life. We didn't have this thing, we didn't have that one. So we always have this thought in our life, like the perfect life. This thing should happen this time, and this thing should be happen this thing. If it didn't happen, then we cannot handle the failures. So the life is test and trial. The test that will make me strong, and the life gives you lemon, then that make you a lemonade. So don't blame the life for that.
Okay, good job. Was direct and
Yeah.
straightforward. Okay. So now you have to speak on Olympic Games at least for 5 to 6 minutes.
Olympic.
Yeah.
Okay. I think the last year I watched the Olympic Games. I think we had many games, but I watched one specific game, the game called badminton, because I think we participated in the two sports in two games in that sport. One is single badminton, and another one was double badminton. The single one was, I think we went to the semi-finals, and then we lost that match. In doubles badminton, we went to quarter final, then we lost the match. But I think the both the players, the singles and doubles Indian players, they won many trophies. But when come to the big stage, they always lose because of the pressure. Because I think India was a big country, and they have the because if you lose the match, then I think a billion of the people they will ask the question. We should respond for that. So I think it's very difficult to handle the pressure. But once we lost the match, I think what happened means in the media, I think the badminton coach, specifically the Indian badminton coach, they said directly to the players in the media. I think we can train the players. We can train the some strokes, but the players should know how to win the matches. But these players have been like they are taking many risks. We are giving them many flexibility, but still they are losing the match. This statement it was this statement it was a huge one, because once if we lost the match, then automatically the coach was blaming the players. Generally, it will not happen in any sport, in any country, because if we lost the match, then I think we should take the blame. But I think giving the blame to the players, it's something, it's not a fair way. So uh, because suppose if Indian won the badminton wins in the singles and doubles, and definitely the coach will say like this thing, because of my coaching they won the match. Because of they lost the match, they suddenly I think they blame they blame the what to say, uh, they blame that part to the players. So this one I think it should stop in Olympic level, because the Olympic it's not about only that sport. Entire country was seeing what India was doing. So somehow it's a degrading for us, because Suppose if any small country like Denmark or European countries, they have small countries, but they won the badminton. Because I know only this sport I'm watching continuously, so that's why I'm saying this. Uh, the Denmark was very small country, but they won singles and doubles because I think they didn't have any pressure. Even if they lost the match, also no one will ask the question in that country. But in our country, the scenario is different. If you lost, then that's it. Many medias and many states they will ask the questions. So I think we should handle the pressure well. Then only we can win the match. But that apart from that, the coach also should take the blame from themselves. They lost the match. If they suppose if they won, then they automatically say because of my training they won the match.
Okay. But you only talk about any specific game. What about others? You have any idea?
No, I didn't watch other sport because I watched. I think I can watch, but I didn't have any idea about other sport. I watched only this sport because I think I'm a big fan of the sport. So continuously watching how it work and how they are playing in badminton. So this type of.
Tell me something about badminton, like more, like some rules or like tournaments, how we can apply for if we want to.
I think the badminton can play in any age. But when come to the other sport like a volleyball, football, there are some specific age like after 30 or 35. I think the legs cannot be strong after 30 or 35. The legs will not be strong. So it's very difficult to play badminton, but difficult to play some other sports. But when come to the badminton, we can play. It depends upon how we are playing the badminton. And most important things, it will reduce the stress because see if you are playing outside the court means then if you have the rain then we cannot play. Okay, but when we have the inner badminton court, whatever happens we can play. Even the good day bad day whatever happens we can play. And most important things, if you have a partner good team, then I think the whole day will be a good vibe for us. I think and I think the last 4 years only the badminton sports is improved huge. Before that, they didn't have that type of the impact in that sport. The last 4 years, specifically, the Saina and Nesha, because the two ladies in women badminton, because of that two person, the badminton craze is huge. Before that, we didn't have that type of the craze. And I think seriously same. I'm currently living in Chennai. In my place, I think within my state, I think I almost have 40 or 45 badminton courts. Still,
So,
still, it's going a good business. Even the ladies, the old age people, whoever they are playing the badminton. I think the most important thing is I think they did. It's a slot hours. It's not about like it's paying the fees in gym and we can go in any time. But badminton is not like that. They will allot some time, specific time, 8 to 1 hour. You should go to that time. If you didn't go that time, then you cannot play through that day. So it's to teach you the time, how to manage the time.
so you are a player or you just play for fun?
No, I'm playing every week. I go for tournament.
No, like you are a player or something, like proper player. You go to
No, no,
nationals or.
yeah. Yeah, I think in my college time I didn't play this sport. In college time I played volleyball.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.